Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another tutorial with FB Designs. I am Rob, your host, and today we are going to be creating this nice little intro. So let's get started. Let's jump on over to After Effects. Now I do have this background that you see already pulled in to After Effects. You can just search Google for tribal artwork. You want to get this in PNG so the background is transparent. And with that being said, let's get started. First, let's create a new composition. We will name this composition Main. There we go. 1920 by 1080 is fine. 30 frames per second. 10 seconds is quite long enough. Click OK. Let's adjust some things so we can get a little bit more real estate. All right, so the font that I used for this, I don't think it was called, there we go. It was called Book Jacket, which you should be able to find on the font. I will leave a link down below so you guys can go download that. Let's go to our text tool. Let's type in no regrets, just like we did in the preview. Let's bump this size up a bit so we can see it with no problems. Go to our align, turn our caps off, of course. Highlight everything again, go to our align, make sure everything is centered to your composition. That looks pretty good. Maybe just slightly smaller. Let's bring that down to about right there, maybe. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Again, let's align it back to the center of our composition. Highlight it. Go to your character. We are going to change this to black. Just like that. And don't worry that we can't see it right now. And we're going to go to new. We're going to go to solid. We will name this BG for our background. Click OK. We'll drop this below the letters or below our text. Go to After Effects and Presets and type in ramp. All of you know this is one of my favorite things to do for backgrounds. I will be doing some tutorials on different backgrounds here shortly, so if you'd like to see that, please leave a comment down below. And now what we're going to do is we're going to change this to a slightly darker gold, I guess you could say. We are going to change this to radial ramp. I think we need to, we need to flip these colors around. So what I'll do here, I don't know. Let's go back, undo changes until we get back to that color again. Then we'll take this one. We'll go just like that. And then we'll change this one to black. Sorry about that, everybody. And let's pull this out a little bit so we can see it better. Next, what we want to do is take our ramp scatter and turn it up quite high to about 300 or so. So that way you don't see any banding in your colors. And it feathers it out pretty nicely for us. Just about like that. There we go. Something just like that. Now, I believe in a tutorial that I did when I first started doing tutorials, I incorrectly said that Saber, a Video Copilot plugin was a paid plugin, and I stand corrected on that. It is absolutely free. I will leave the download link in the I'll, I'll leave the download link in the description down below. So what we want to do is we want to right click, go to new, go to solid. We will name this Saber Text. Just like that. We will search our effects and presets for Saber. And if you do not see your effects and presets, remember you can go up here to the window and just make sure it's checked, and then you'll see it over here on the right. Okay, grab our Saber, drop it onto our Saber text layer. And then there's just a couple things that we want to change here. We want to go to Customize Core. We want to go to Saber, and we want to pick our text layer. And then no regrets. Let's turn this down a little bit so we can actually see the letters. Okay, then we want to go down here to alpha mode and enable mask. And that gives us that cool. And there goes our black. Once you invert mask. Okay, so we want to go to our preset, and I believe I picked which one was it? It wasn't energized and it wasn't burning. Arc reactor? No, it was not arc reactor. Okay, let's see. It wasn't burning. I know it wasn't burning, although that is a pretty cool one. You guys will have to go through these different ones and check them out. There's some pretty awesome ones in here. Was it energized? Yep, there we go. It was energized, and I turned it down quite low to about 20 or so, I believe it was. Yeah, about 20 will work. Really don't have to mess with any of the other settings. Okay, so now we got that set. We want to go down here to toggle switches. If you do not see this, you can hit F4 on your keyboard and it'll toggle these for you. We want to change this to screen. And now we can see our background a little bit better. First, let's go in here. Let's lighten this up just a little bit. There we go. About that. We could always change that again if we don't like it. And let's do a quick RAM review or preview. And there you go. Pretty simple with an awesome look. Okay, so let's take this to about 5 seconds. We'll take this back. If you hold shift, it'll snap right to your line, to your timeline marker. Right click, go to trim comp to work area, and there we go. We'll let this go ahead and RAM review a little bit more. Okay, now also what I did, make sure you got your background checked. Go back to the start of your composition. Do a keyframe for your color. Go. Oh, you know what? Let's do this backwards. Go up to a 1 second. Keyframe it. Come back to the start and change it to black. So that way, when we go through, the radial ramp comes through, just like we've seen in the preview. Okay, now we got that done. Next, what I did was I looked up tribal artwork on Google until I found something like this. We are going to hit S for scale. And we're going to scale this up a bit, just like so. Let's drag this down below our text. There we go, just like that. And then hit T on your keyboard for opacity. And we are going to cut this down quite a bit until right about there, because we just want to see like a ghost image in the back. Just like that. Now also what you can do is, which is something I did in the preview, was I took this layer here, we'll keyframe it, make it opacity 0, go to 1 second when our gradient starts coming in, our gradient ramp starts coming in, and then turn this up to about right there. Now, if you don't want so much of this showing, you can go to your gradient ramp. Make sure you're highlighted up here, and you'll get these controls here. And we can just go ahead and bring that in. Now, if we look, it looks more like the preview does. So we can go back. Now, you could always keyframe these. Just highlight them both. Hit F9. It's always great to remember that, because it smooths out your animations. And there we go. Nice little simple intro that you can throw on your YouTube channel, or just create special messages for people that you can throw up on your social media or whatever. The point is to get into After Effects and start tinkering around. Just let your creative side just come out, and you'll be creating stuff like this in no time. So until the next tutorial, everybody, have an awesome day.